So I think we might want to deliberately just go straight to talking with Molly, even if on other occasions that would not necessarily be the case. Let's just check our quests as well. See if there's anything else. Well, just talk to Molly, it says. That's pretty much it. That, I suppose we can do. Let's just check if there's anything that's, like, in this specific area.
Stop staring, or I shall call the guards.
That we might not have access to in the future, but otherwise, I'm assuming that just about everything we'll be able to do on a future occasion. Can we cop this? How do we actually get down? Okay, well, now we'll just break all our ankles and pop down next to all these people. What's up, guys? Mind if I grab a seat?
I'm Molly, my lord. Wish to see me?
Indeed.
Call me Geralt.
Geralt! That Geralt! The one Dandelion's rescued time and time again!
Oh. Yeah, totally. Right.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't be here if not for Dandelion.
Told me all about your adventures. How he'd ready you for battle with his songs. How he tamed the Karen by playing his lute.
Nah, we were the one that
that
tamed the Karen.
literally.
Thank you very much.
Dandelion's why I'm here. Came to ask you about him. Know where he might be?
No. Sadly, I haven't got a clue. We've not seen each other in ages. The Baroness don't approve of our acquaintance. Says Dandelion's a good-for-nothing layabout. Can you imagine?
Yeah, kinda.
But... or maybe his sister could help you. Such a nice girl.
Dandelion's sister? He has a sister? You sure about that? Don't think that's as important, telling her that Dandelion may or may not actually have a sister. More so, we want to get information about your most recent conversation with him.
Any chance you remember your last conversation with Dandelion?
Of course. He came to borrow some coin for a barge.
What?
Huh?
Why do you need a barge?
To take me on a romantic cruise of the canals by the light of the moon. Said there'd be strawberries and that wine with the bubbles, and he'd sing me arias. But I've not seen him since.
Yeah. Something tells me. Not terribly surprising that that's the case.
You do realize Dandelion doesn't have a sister.
Sure he does. Saw him myself. Funny, she don't look like him at all. Blonde, for starters. Maybe they've different fathers.
Not so much.
Different mothers, too.
Maybe. But you could see he cares for her. Looks after her. The way he carried her packages and...
These packages, any chance they were trunks, travel cases? And this girl, possibly a Truberitz?
Yes. Now I remember. She's a travelling performer. Sailed in from Kavir. Talented family, innit?
Exceptionally. And very loving as well, I'm sure.
If you only knew. Dandelion even wrote a poem for her. To my dearest Calinetta. Or some such. Oh, to have a brother like that.
Okay. Not entirely sure where that leaves us, but thank you.
Thanks, Molly.
Wait. Before you go, I've got a request.
Okay.
Dandelion told me once he'd show me his etchings, but he never did. I'd so like to see them.
Won't be too hard to convince him. He loves showing off those etchings to anyone he can.
Oh, that's wonderful! Thanks, and good luck to you on your search.
Okay. Consult with Zoltan. Okay, so that does mean we'll want to go back to town. And in theory, that means that we should consult with these two up here, if we could actually get up here. What is the correct way to go up here? There definitely is a right way, but this is not it. There's probably some stairs back there. Yeah, no, who needs those? So, we saw in the past that people with green names, I'm at least thinking of Zoltan specifically, meant that they were allies, and this guy, I mean, he does kind of rub me the wrong way, but his name is green. Or whatever that's worth.
Shall we return together?
We could go back by ourselves. I mean, you would be, if you're truly a general of Nilfgaardian forces, would be a powerful ally. It'd be kind of nice to get, you know, a little bit of a stronger relationship with you. It's just that, again, I don't really trust you at all. So, something bad's definitely gonna happen, but at the same time, why not?
Gladly. It's a long way to Novigrad. Road ought to seem shorter with some company.
I'd say the same. Well then, let's go.
A few hours later. Okay, are we still technically on the right day? I think we might be. For our fencing lesson. We just had an overnight race is all. But...
And here we are. Thank you for your company.
Okay,
Likewise.
that's straightforward. Odd. Okay. Consult with Zoltan, sure.
Ah, Geralt. What can I do for you?
Yeah, let's just check in with you for a second here.
Big changes afoot in the Empire.
You've no notion? The Emperor summoned you. He only ever summons with reason. It's clear he seeks his daughter.
You know a lot.
I must. I am my father's son.
Oh,
What's your father got to do with this?
I was gonna say, it's Emir, the
He
Emperor,
is
your father?
close to the Emperor, and knows the opposition. Knows they press for abdication. Ceding the throne to Cyrilla, it's the best the Emperor can do.
Huh.
But, as is known, an Empress needs an Emperor at her side. My father will ensure the right man is chosen.
And would that mean you are referring to yourself?
Farewell.
In which case, as Ciri's sort of father, not necessarily sure I approve, but we'll talk more later. Okay, now, however, I believe we still have time to do the fencing lessons. It is no longer tomorrow, I don't think. So, well, yeah, I don't know. Let's check this out. I think we're probably fairly close by. Possibly? Or so I believe. Go to the Van Otter residence, and I thought that was like almost exactly right here, but our quest marker is not currently showed up. Is that perhaps because we are at said location? Oh, it was like right here. Pretty sure it is. Then we just go straight in. And, okay, we're here. Is this the right day? Has a day actually passed, or are we still looking for tomorrow instead? Hello?
Case-Wex.
Looks like the answer is still tomorrow. So I was concerned about too much time passing when we did that quest there, but apparently not. In which case, I would say we could make a point of going back to check in with Zoltan, but at the same time, does feel like we've gathered a lot of information. We are probably about to get some big stuff to happen here, and we might be kind of taken away for a while. So for that reason, I feel like there might even be reason to say, just take a moment here to, say, meditate for roughly, I don't know, like almost 24 hours to make it tomorrow. What time of day is it right now? It's 6 a.m. I mean, it definitely... Hold on. Let's just rest a little bit. In case we just needed to wait a little more time. Not have our lesson first thing in the morning. It could potentially be a thing. I mean, you're still saying tomorrow, yes? Is it just always going to say tomorrow, though, on that quest? Because part of me feels like that might be the case. So I am doubtful that we will actually be able to do it right now. In which case, can we just meditate directly in front of you and wait for you to finally say yes? Well, why not? So, this would be a full day. I mean, she did say specifically meet us at, like, this time tomorrow. I don't remember specifically what time. Okay. Tell the guard captain about the fencing lessons. I suppose we could do that, although we are currently in the house, so... Geraldton learned that Rosa Van Otter was a passionate devotee of the art of swordplay. The fencing lesson Geralt had given her while searching for yours truly had thrilled her to the core, and left her asking the Witcher if they could meet again for a repeat. Geralt had plenty of experience teaching young women with fiery personalities how to swing swords, and so agreed. That's the same description. Obviously, you're right here. I mean, in the interest of doing the quest the right way, let's perhaps speak to the guard, and my guess is that, well, we kind of did something a little strange here by having a day pass while in the house itself. Oh, there you are. You're the one I'm looking for.
Greetings! You here for a specific reason?
And yeah?
Got a
Indeed.
meeting with Rosa, a fencing lesson.
Geralt of Rivia, yes? Miss Rosa stepped out for a walk. Near Temple Bridge, she said. She asked that you join her.
Guess it's gonna be an interesting lesson.
Yeah, this is definitely not a lesson anymore.
No good can come of
Meet
it
with
without
Rosa?
fanaticism.
This is quickly turning from fencing lesson to date. And so I'm becoming more reluctant to pursue this. But it is a quest. So I'm thinking we go just far enough to, well, see this thing through and perhaps...
Watch your
Oh,
tread.
my-
Novigrad's not your stomping ground.
My controller just vibrated there. I think it's probably just because we were running out of stamina as well. Can we take stuff here without getting... Oh no, what is this?
Looks like a drop of some sort.
Huh? Oh, left by a spy. Negotiations with the Trade Corporation continue. Merchants have agreed to allow all the Emperor's conditions. Outlook positive. Rumor has abound that Radovid has found a way to get his hands on Novigrad. Key to Novigrad is the Eternal Fire. Control the Hierarch, control the city. The plan is in the works. Next message. Stash at Crippled Pace. Ah, okay. Very interesting. It's a good thing that we did bump into that. Some secret Nilfgaardian spy letters? That is something that I think we will want to make a point of doing soon. However, we gotta meet with Rosa. Can't blow her off, right? Where exactly is she, though? Oh, she's way down here, in fact. Okay, so it might even be better if we were to just go to a fast travel location. So, yeah, I think that is probably still fastest. Let's do that, and the most efficient way to make that happen... What? Huh? Why are you screaming? I don't have a sword out.
Pull back out.
What? There are eel-doers over here?
Which?
Huh?
That's the life.
I don't see them. Over here? They're seemingly running from this spot here. That priest,
I'm watching you.
or this guard.
He's a good man.
Sick of
Something over here? I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyways, this is the Hierarch Square. So we'll use this fast travel location to teleport ourselves. See what the deal is over here. And now, we'll make our way over to meet with Rosa. Wow, bless you. Zoom tight. So, he's over here, and I would say the chances of us actually having a practice sword fight are next to zero. Well, hold on. Not so fast.
no Nilfgaardian regiment always accompany you on your walks?
Always. Papa's orders. It's for your protection, Rosa dear. People here hate us. Why? What have I done to them? But enough about that. Soldier, you may leave.
But His Excellency Ambassador Var Atra said that...
And this excellency is telling you otherwise. Do you not recognize him? This is Geralt of Rivia, the best swordsman the North has ever seen.
Oh, shucks.
I'm safe with
You didn't need to say that.
Now
but
march on.
Thank you.
Quickly. Left, right, left, right. Fine.
Fall down like toy soldiers?
Let's go, Geralt. I've something I wish to show you.
I mean, yes, you are definitely using us, and this is definitely not about training.
We were supposed to train, not go for a walk.
I know, Geralt. Now stop harping on about it and let's go.
Okay. What's the deal, Rosa? What is the deal? You gonna pick a fight with someone and we're gonna have to back you up? Are you actually going to get ambushed and we will actually need to be your guard? Are those gear
Here.
going to have anything to do with it?
You see, I thought that instead of training in a dank old cellar, we'd move around in the open air. A duel on a bridge, like in the novels. Now draw your sword.
Only got my steel and silver swords. We should be fighting with practice weapons.
We should, but you of all people ought to know. There's much more fun in doing things you shouldn't.
That's a strong no-go there. In fact, do we still have our wooden sword from when we were fighting with her previously?
Listen, I'd really rather not hurt you.
Stop patronizing me, or you'll be the one to get hurt. Now on guard.
No. Like, no? Hold on. Do we still have our wooden sword? No. Notably. Actually, we do not currently have any steel weapon equipped. So, can we punch her? And not kill her in that way? Because that would be really nice. I don't really have any intention of killing her. That would cause a lot of problems. Ow. The guards, meanwhile, are just like, yeah, whatever. We'll root you on. I would prefer if you didn't block our punches. That's kind of not cool. Oh, we are critting her with our punches, which is a little ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, you're trying to get us to fight you. Can we run away and come back with a wooden sword?
Ow!
There we go.
Ow! Stop!
Hey, we do not have a sword out, thank you very much.
You alright?
Yes. The only thing you've really hurt is my pride.
Yeah, I mean, we did just beat you up with our fists when you were using a sword.
By the way, how'd you get interested in fencing?
I was bored. I've no friends here. Papa keeps me on a short
Can't
lead.
imagine why.
It's banquet after banquet after banquet. I detest banquets.
Boring conversations, terrible food, and weak booze.
Exactly. At least with a sword in hand, I can have some fun. You know, blow off steam.
So, what now?
Alright, what's next?
We should return. Just forgive me, Geralt. I know this might sound awkward, but would you mind turning around for a moment? My corset's shifted. It's pinching me terribly.
Ugh, of course.
I can understand a woman wanting to look pretty, but fighting in a corset, it slows you. Rosa? Shit, she ran off. Anything happens to her, Varatra will kill me. Need to find her.
Okay. Track her down.
Can't be far.
Use our Witcher senses to track her. Oh.
7 Cats is this way. Great. Girl just wants to have fun.
Okay.
Move on.
More song references. I mean, she just wants to. Just wants to. Cut her some slack. Also, apparently we do still need to re-examine this. I thought that was pretty conclusive, but sure. Oh, unless she perhaps ran into some people out here.
Far from home, aren't you, sweetie? And there's no telling if you'll ever get back.
She's Ambassador Varatra's daughter. She's got diplomatic immunity.
I don't really understand the shite you're saying. Now it's clear you love your black ones.
It's no surprise, Lucas. Witches are drawn to monsters.
Very
That's
clever.
the way things are. But this beastie, we'll tend to her ourselves.
Not so fast. Please apologize. Say you're sorry. And then
I
leave.
believe you've offended the young lady. Now apologize as nicely as you can.
Forgive me, milady. I am sorry.
Your turn. Be nice like your friend. Bow low, and go be a patriot somewhere else.
He did not bow.
Lucas and Cole. I shall remember those names. And when the Emperor takes Novigrad, I will find them and have them pay.
Easy. Didn't hurt you in the end.
They raised their hand against me. That's enough to have that hand lopped off.
Yeah, and you wonder why the North hates Nilfgaard. There's your answer.
Lesson's over. Remember what you've learned today. Looks like you'll be using that sword often.
It's beyond me, Geralt. I don't understand you. Why concern yourself with the fate of two drunkards? The world would be a better place without...
You should go home now. And take the shortest, not the scenic route.
I understand. Farewell, Geralt. And good luck on the path.
What do you know about the path? Also, weren't we just saying we needed to make sure that she didn't get in trouble, so we should follow her? So, like, you know, just sending her back to do her thing without anyone to guard her was probably a bad idea. But, okay. Seems like she's fine. Seems like we completed the quest, so cool. And now, we did, of course, see those secret messages. Not the haunted house, but it was something of a similar level here. Hidden messages from the Nilfgaardian kind. Or of the Nilfgaardian kind. Find the next stash using your Witcher senses. We did read the note, and it did theoretically tell us where the next one was. I mean, I'm kind of hoping that, since I don't really remember, it will just show us. Yes. So, why don't we do just that? And there, conveniently, is a fast travel location just over here. And I believe there is also one, well, not too far away from this spot here. Is it better to go Hierarch Square or the Portside Gate, actually? Well, maybe even the Gate of the Hierarch? It might actually be this. The most direct route, maybe slightly longer. Okay. So let's check it out. What are these Nilfgaardians up to? Besides having their daughters practice fencing and get into a bunch of fights with Witchers, and insist on using real weapons rather than wooden ones and nearly lose their lives in the process.
Wind's howling.
You don't say. Okay, here we are. Somewhere in this general area, a little bit further. Looking for another secret message of some variety, I think. It's basically how this happens. This is, of course, the place where we did get caught for stealing not long ago. Oh, here we are.
I think I can move this.
Ornamented chest key and note left by a spy. Okay, let's check it out. The Trade Corporation is haggling about the price of its support for the Emperor. The merchants want more influence in the east and south. Unsure how that will end. We know Hemmelfart's weakness. Get our girl into the Vegelbud's bash. I'll put the kit and the coin in the stash in the Gildorf sewers. Here's the key. Going into the sewers? We heard rumor that we might need to do that actually for the main quest, but we ultimately did not need to in order to find Triss and the King of Beggars. But sounds like that might be coming up next here. Because, yeah, that is in fact a way into the sewers. I do remember that. And I think on this occasion, probably will want to use a fast travel location to get to St. Gregory's Bridge over there. Again, the question would be, what's the best one to use to start that teleport? And I mean, sure, like the same way we got here. Probably fine. And we have done a reasonable amount of main quest missions since we last explored the city, so it is possible that we might find there are more side quests for us to do. Of course, that quest we just did was a side quest, and this quest we're doing right now is a side quest. So I think that's a good sign that as we're walking about like this, we might see that there are a few more things for us to do. Even the types of things that we don't really expect to pop up, like run into a random secret note along the way. Okay, so let's teleport there. And then let us see what the deal is over here in the sewers. We've been down there ever so briefly before. Ooh, okay, don't drop in like that though. And I think we ran into like a single drowner, maybe a couple. And I think this was a level 6 quest or something like that, so I wouldn't be terribly surprised if we find that that is basically what we're going to run into here. So let's put Gwen on, and then is in theory over in this direction.
Seems the exchange is going to be unsuccessful.
Huh. Okay. Here's another note left by a spy. 50 crowns, not bad. Runestone, racing horse blinders. Would have to double check how good that is relative to our existing blinders. Meteorite silver plate sounds extremely good, seeing as how that's a combination of several of the materials we'd usually be looking for. Trade Corporation has broken off negotiations. Inform the Emperor immediately. Cannot count on its support. Operation Himmelfart remains unchanged. All good to go on our side. Your girl better not let us down. Given the merchant's treachery, the outcome of the war might depend on it. Whoa! Okay. So no support of the traders. 1 experience point. And that would suggest that, well, maybe things will be a little bit more difficult for the Nilfgaardians to successfully take Novigrad. And, well, where was the ladder that we used to get down here? That's where we just took the stuffs. Over here? Question mark? No. Water hag, actually.
Wonderful.
Not a drowner, and this is a significantly more powerful enemy at that. In fact, good level for us. Fight. You have 4 friends, though. That is a little bit concerning. The water hag by itself, not a huge problem, but if this is about to turn into a party, then I am a little bit more concerned about that.
Shit.
Thought there was, yeah, more than just you. Okay. So, that's not bad stuff, but, interact? What do we have here? So, I was gonna say, at some point in time, it does seem likely that we would find ourselves down here for some kind of actual quest. I thought that was going to be the case before. My controller was just vibrating, suggesting that there's perhaps other stuff in this general area. Might have been actually directing us toward this, because, yeah, that's a little bit interesting. Rope, I might have known. I might have known. Lots of, oops, liver as well. Okay. So, yeah, I think on some future occasion we will probably find ourselves taking more time to go through the sewers. That was not really my intention here. My intention was mostly to find a way out of here. because I could not find the ladder. Here it is. There we go. So yeah, I mean, we could theoretically go through here now. I just feel like we're at risk of perhaps jumping the gun on a quest. So let's maybe hold off for the time being, unless and until we hear that there's another quest that is supposed to take us down there. And if not, then sure, we'll explore it just for the sake of exploring it. We did also have the weapons that we said we wanted to switch over at one point, and then I don't think we ever ended up doing that. So we are seeing that, what is it, our silver sword is pretty broken down here. This one's, our steel's only at 54%, but okay, well, silver is actually only slightly more beaten up than that. But I thought saw that there were a few upgrades here. I mean, this has 0% and yet is better. This also has 0% and yet is better. This is much better, though, and has more durability. I think that's the one we ought to be using, at least on the silver side. And on the steel side, we're now level 17, so we can use this battle axe. So that was something that I think we were holding on to for a little while, with the hope of ultimately reaching a high enough level to use it. Plus 20 damage is nothing to snuff at. We would lose a lot of armor piercing, though. So I actually don't think that's as straightforward of an upgrade, air quotes, upgrade, as we might have thought. Especially if we were to, say, throw in some rune stones on the wolf, then probably would be pretty safely a stronger weapon still. Especially if we were to repair it, get it back up to 100%. So, again, I don't really know how to weigh the armor piercing all that much. Because, in theory, if that's just adding 75 damage, then that's a ton. Actually, this is the weapon we should be comparing. Like, if we're adding 75 damage to this thing, then obviously that's a lot more than the plus 20 damage we're getting from the battle axe. So that would suggest that the wolf is very much still preferable. So why don't we keep it for the time being? And, however, that is perhaps an indicator that in the near future we might find that there is something better to use, because it's a level 13 weapon, we're level 17 now. Of course, our silver is also level 13, the one that we just swapped over to. But we did see when we were looking at the crafters that there was a fair bit of stuff in and around this level here, so I think we might be now in a decent place to look to do some of that stuff soon. Other than that, though, I think now that we have done a couple of side quests in quick succession here, we could perhaps check back in on the haunted house. It's not far from here. Is that correct? It is far from here. I take that back. I mean, it's that, and it's probably the main quest are the two next things on our list. So I think we maybe, why not? We'll stop by that spot. And then pay Sarah a little visit. We'll just fast travel to get there, be a little faster, because, like I said, we're actually pretty far away at the moment. I do wonder if you could, say, steal some stuff from those chests while the guards are sleeping. That seems like that's probably possible, just a bit of a risk, of course. So, now that we're over here, let's change, or did I put our actual marker on the quest, or did I put it on the fast travel location? I think I put it on the fast travel location. Let's throw that down there. That makes it a little easier for us to find our way over. We tried going back. Oh, this is the play of sorts that we've not yet seen much of anything happen with, but in theory, I'm assuming we'll find that at some point. Does this work? Can we go this way? That's locked. Okay. A little strange, but sure, we'll take this stuff. In fact, we might not have been here before, because my guess is most of the time we've been looking at this door from the other side and saying, oh, shucks, it's locked, we can't get in. But we found a way to go from the other direction. That is definitely also lootable. You could perhaps, like, let us take it. Wasn't it the crates of this shape that we've had a bit of trouble with in the past? We have to be, like, standing just the right distance away in order to take the stuff from it. And this one really does not want to get looted. Was something else over here, though. The door. It is also locked. So yeah, I suspect we'll be back here on a future occasion when perhaps things like the play are actually happening. And we could also maybe parkour our way out of here, which, as is usually the case, stands as a pretty significant risk of us breaking every bone in our body. But you know what? Actually, very easy. And is this where we're looking to go? It is.
Well, you wanted braids.
I think.
But I didn't want my hair pulled.
Can't have one without the other.
Then I
Huh?
don't want them.
Are you... Where are you now? Are you upstairs? Are you downstairs? What's up, Sarah? Where'd you go? Are you down here? I don't think so. I mean, it's also clearly pointing us in the other direction. My guess is you're up at least on the second floor, if not the attic. But it sounded like there's someone else with you. Hello? Question mark? Is Corinne here? Yes, indeed.
Witcher.
Hello. How are you?
Hey, look who's come.
Live here together now? Didn't know.
Once you told me Sarah had been responsible for my nightmares, I decided to see if the devil's as scary as they paint him. Or her. I came in to find not a fiend, but our little Sarah.
Indeed.
And I can't say why, but we took a liking to one another immediately.
Glad to hear it.
Long ago, to isolate themselves from a world of beasts, humans began building cities. But since beasts prowl within stone walls as well as they do outside them, this did not allay human fears. The truth is, walls guarantee no one's safety. The place where you lock yourself in and lock all else out, that's not your home. Your home is sometimes a place you travel long and far to find.
Huh. Okay. Apparently we're done here. And I did, of course, have questions as to what Corinne would do after we gave her all that information about ourselves, but it does seem as though me and Sarah have a good thing going here. You have anything else to say?
Yes?
You say yes, but I believe the answer is no. Okay. I think it's as simple as that. It said we finished the quest. Sure. I mean, yeah. Looks like they found themselves a happy home in a haunted house, no less. Good for them. A happy ending. Maybe. Hopefully. Maybe not. Hopefully nothing happens to them. Don't tell me if something does. It's too wholesome. Too wholesome the way it currently stands. Don't want it to be any other way. Okay, so, for the main quest, next on the list is, of course, to check back in with Zoltan. So I suppose we could do that now. I think there are, yeah, like I was saying, perhaps other... Huh? Product costs? Oh, that's Hearts of Stone, okay. There are perhaps other side quests that are now a little bit more in our range now that we're 17. Like, say, the big ones, the Witcher contracts in the low to mid-20s that we were talking about. Byways Murders, we got that a long time ago, but might now be doable. Phantom of the Trade Route, and then Board Slamming Shut. Probably, you know, if we could get a little more experience, it certainly wouldn't be a bad thing. All those things would be a bit of a stretch here, and we'd be kind of relying on, say, leveling up from the Byways Murders, and then leveling up from the Trade Route, and then leveling up from Door Slamming Shut, in order to not still be level 17 when we're doing the Lord of the Wood, because then we'd be in trouble. But, like I said, I think that's getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here. Let's perhaps go with the main quest next, and consult with our friend Zoltan. See if he had any luck. Of course, we did split the list. We were looking for some people, he was looking for the others, so we didn't get a lot of useful information about Dandelion, but there's a chance that he did.
Where are you keeping me, Monsieur Sultan, the old bum? Princess, haven't even drunk her water.
Oh,
Naughty bird.
what is
Now
this?
repeat. Savory crackers.
trying to teach this bird here how to speak. Well, unfortunately, it does not appear to yet know how to say savory crackers. Unless you're about to give us a bit of a surprise.
Ah, you're back. You met Poppy? She ought to start talking any day now.
Hmm? Yeah, you know she's an owl, not a parrot, right? But let's just put that to the side for the moment. Where'd you get her?
That Field Marshal Duda's replacement? The Marshal was a parrot, you do remember, right? Where'd you get her?
At auction. Some mage's estate went under the hammer. Witch hunters and the Eternal Fire joined forces, staked out his place and rounded the sorry sap up. Put his things up for sale. Happened to be passing by and saw this out. Came with her own cage.
How could you resist?
Could they? 'Tweren't possible. Ah, but dandelions what matters now. So, how'd you do? Learn much?
Not really, but maybe a little bit. You go first. You go first.
Tell me what you've got first.
A few bruises and a torn doublet. Otherwise, no much a note. He wasn't staying with any of them. I'd not seen hiding or hair of him in ages. All I learned was a few of Dandelion's pickup lines. Of dubious worth.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would say maybe not so effective, but then again, we did just try to track down, like, 10 or 20 women, so there's something to be said for that. But yeah, we did hear that Dandelion was, doing something with a supposed sister of sorts, which I guess is the strongest lead that we got.
Think I might have something better.
What are you waiting for? Let's have at it.
Women on my list hadn't seen Dandelion in a while. All claimed he had been acting strange. Also mentioned he'd been seeing someone else. Thing is, Mystery Woman wasn't on my list.
What's she supposedly like, this lass?
Blonde, from Kovir. The Troberids, apparently. Named Kalinetta or something like that.
That makes it clear as crystal. It's Priscilla.
Oh.
Aye. Must be her.
Okay. You know her. That's good. But, who is she and why wasn't she on the list?
Who's this Priscilla?
A Troberids, like you said. Quite popular of late. Picture Dandelion with a pair of tits and you get the general idea.
Interesting image. So how'd Dandelion handle meeting his female double?
I think he fell in love.
Oh. That would be big news, but at the same time, I do kind of doubt it. Yeah. I mean... yeah?
What can I say? Could be he finally met his match.
She's his match, all right. Maybe more.
Oh.
Laddie's head's on fire. Lassie's got him whirling.
All right. Guess we gotta talk to her.
Priscilla works for the Mummers troupe. Reynard and the Foxen. Whenever they're in town, she performs nightly at the Kingfisher.
Oh?
Mean we've been sentenced to an evening of poetry?
As you
No!
always. This'll be true poetry, Geralt. You'll see.
You mean better than whatever Dandelion subjects us to? Okay. So... oh, yeah? Zoltan has restocked the place with alcoholic beverages, and so we will proceed to take them all and force him to buy more. Sorry, dude. Letter from female admirer. Have we read this one? Thrust of your hypnotic gaze left my visage red and hot. I'm pretty sure we have, back when we were first investigating this area. Trying to find information about where Dandelion might have gone. Yeah, there is definitely a lot of alcoholic beverages, no question. And at the same time, it does make a lot of sense, well, with where we are right now. Is there anything in this? Or did we loot this previously? Maybe we looted that previously. Definitely still some stuff here, though. I tried to jump over this picnic table. Not really sure what that ended up being, though. Geralt seemed to have other plans. Oh, this as well. Okay. Back here. Yes, this too. Letter from Fran? Not sure we've seen that. When will you return to Sidaris? I hope it will be soon, for I miss you terribly. Waiting to see you again literally pains me. If you are to come, send me a message beforehand. I'll ask my mistress for a day off. Okay. More goodies there. Zoltan, I know you were, like, restocking the place on the drinks, but also, like, might have a bit of a vermin problem. Not sure how much people hold that against you in this day and age, but probably a good idea to take care of it. Might have something to do with how there's a bunch of cheese lying around. Also kind of curious if these rooms also restocked on loot, and they have. We were checking these out previously, so these have definitely refilled. I'm kind of just expecting more food, but, you know, we did sell a fair bit of that not so long ago. So I'm not sure any of this is going to be a big difference maker, but it's something. So, I mean, we'll take it. Sure. Through sheer volume alone, that perhaps adds up to something. Especially if we get the dumplings. That I will never object to. And of course, with every level we get closer helping out Dumpling Dude. One day we will be able to do that. Maybe even become Dumpling Dude's apprentice. Oh my goodness. That would be amazing. It would be such an honor. But anyways, I think that is everything in this room here. Yes. Have we done this one yet? No, apparently not. So if you had no food or drink at all, and then you went in here, yeah, you'd be in pretty good shape from this spot alone. And a little bit of amethyst dust as well, just in case you're looking for something a little bit different to spice up your meal. Just kidding, don't eat the amethyst dust, it's bad. Don't do it. I take it back. Also, how do we get out of here? I believe the answer is in this direction. Oh, there's still another floor? More food and beverages? Yeah, Zoltan, I'm really hoping that we don't have to pay you back for all the stuff we're taking right now, because if we did, then it'd start to get pretty darn expensive, I do think. What with the approximately 50 pounds worth of stuff that we've taken. Basically, a full shipment. Onions? I don't actually know if we've gotten any of those before, or at least if we did, then I don't recall having done it. Where's the garlic, though, for our vampire problems? Yeah, still more. Anything else? A little bit. Just never stops. I think that might be it. But honestly, wouldn't be terribly surprised if there was more out here as well. I think this is mostly just the balcony, though, right? Oh? Might have missed something, though, based on what we're seeing through the wall there. Something in the corner, perhaps? Over here? Yup. Oh, and might actually be the best item in here. So, cool. Good thing we did catch it. Alright, now let's head out. And apparently extinguished that candle. Just couldn't stand it. I was thinking about it that entire time. Okay. So, I believe now we are headed to the Kingfisher. Meet Zoltan there. So that's a after sundown. I mean, it is seemingly pretty dark right now. I think this qualifies. So we could check it out. Where exactly is it, though? In this general direction, it does seem. that gonna be good enough? Yeah, we can probably just follow the little dotted line on our mini-map, make our way over. We've definitely been there before. I think that is the inn in which we might have fought some people. Oh, there's the remains of someone we fought previously, right here, speaking of which. Hey guys, what's up? Don't mind us as we take the loot there. But yeah, we might have fought some people there. Oh, man, whenever we go through this area, people get all worked up. There's definitely some not so great people over here somewhere. You look like you've seen better days. Okay. Are we going this way? We can. Hello?
Ah, here already. Come on, let's find some arse rests. Should start soon.
That's one way to refer to seats, I suppose. Is this our person? Does kind of look like a blonde female version of Dandelion. And she is currently holding loot, so my guess is yes. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to do this stuff in advance, so you're not spending a bunch of time tuning in front of people, your audience.
These scars long have yearned for your tender caress, to bind our fortunes. Damn what the stars own. Rend my heart.
I think she's better than Dandelion.
Then your love profess, a winding, weaving fate to which we both atone. You flee, my dream come the morning. Your scent, berries tart, lilac sweet. To dream of raven locks and twisted, stormy, of violet eyes glistening as you weep. The wolf I will follow into the storm to find your heart.
That's the king of the beggars. What's he doing here?
Displaced by our ever growing, hardening into stone. Amidst the cold, to hold you in a heated embrace. You flee, my dream come the morning. Your scent, berries tart, lilac sweet. To dream of raven locks and twisted, stormy, of violet eyes glistening as you weep. I know not if fate would have us live as one, or if by love's blind chance we've been bound. The wish I whispered when it all began, did it forge a love you might never have found? You flee, my dream come the morning. Your scent, berries tart, lilac sweet. To dream of raven locks and twisted, stormy, of violet eyes glistening as you weep.
Yeah, she's pretty good. Also, that song was clearly referring to both Geralt and Yennefer. Mentions of the wolf and lilac-scented people.
I
Go.
know him!
Wait, I recognize that person.
'Twas him murdered some Temerian boys back in White Orchard.
Silence, woman. We've come to hear music.
A murderer?
Yes, you are someone that we
There's a war on.
saw back in White Orchard. You were the
Some
innkeeper.
die. Oh, please, argue this out elsewhere.
But I thought we protected you from those people, did we not?
Squabbles and rows again. And I was told this was a decent establishment.
If I know Geralt, he risked his noggin to save someone else's arse.
Save, you say? He murdered folk.
Pretty sure we protected
Don't
you.
let him provoke you.
There's the door. Settle this outside.
Come.
Oh?
I wish to listen to music. Music!
Cultural capital of the world? The fuck it is.
Yeah, what are you doing here? Coming all the way from White Orchard.
Permits me to introduce this here's Priscilla, known also as Caladetta, as lovely as she is talented. And this
Is Geralt of Rivia, I know. Dandelion's told me a great deal about you, and I've listened with bated breath.
Oh?
Don't be surprised. After all, doubt I could think of a more fitting subject for a ballad than a witch's love for a sorceress. Or should I say, sorceresses.
Maybe let's not talk about that part. Bards not people to confide in. Yeah, well...
There's a good
sorta.
reason I don't pour my heart out to bards. They always babble, as you just demonstrated. But listen, besides giving you the details of my affairs, did Dandelion mention his own plans, where he might be going?
Splendid. Very funny, truly. So, see you later.
Excuse me?
Not here. Come with me.
Gotcha.
There a reason for all this sneaking around?
An excellent one. When last I saw Dandelion, he told me he was planning a heist. Siggy Reuven's vault.
Oh?
And I've not seen him since.
Okay, but who the heck is that?
Reuven. What's he like?
tall, fat, dangerous as hell.
Limp in his gait. Left leg.
Sounds like a lame rock troll.
If trolls were devilishly intelligent and had a flair for crime, yeah, I'd agree.
Okay, and breaking into a vault. This does not seem like something Dandelion would normally do.
Dandelion breaking into a vault. I'd sooner expect him to choose a life of celibacy.
True. Forgot to pay for his way into Passaflora once. Laid awake the next 3 nights worrying about it.
Any idea what got into him? He have debts he needed to pay off?
Claimed he was helping someone. Urgent matter that couldn't wait, he said.
Okay,
Yes,
now we're getting
someone.
somewhere.
Dandelion mentioned their name.
No. But if I know Dandelion, it's her name he failed to mention. As he failed to mention her slender waist and ample bosom.
Okay. And as for how this heist went,
Let me guess. Attempted heist was a failure.
Well, he's not driven up in a gilded carriage laden with jewels, so I should think so. I've asked after him everywhere, but it seems an army of tongue-stealing cats has overrun the city. I learned only that he raised a ruckus at Whoreson Jr.'s lair. Then Whoreson's men chased him all over town.
Whoreson Jr. Doesn't ring a bell.
Biggest prick in Novigrad. Not literally, but...
Got it. You're not a fan. But what did he do to you?
Try the whole town. He's one of 4 bosses who control the city's underworld.
okay.
The others being Siggy Reuven, Carlo the Cleaver Varese, and the King of Beggars.
Alright, so we
Rascal.
made some friends with some of those
At
guys.
least they didn't cross the church as well. Bring that venerable institution into it. We'd be in deep then.
Okay. Looks like we gotta go rescue Dandelion here. No, we're not just gonna leave it to himself to figure all this stuff out.
Here
We gotta
I
help
go
him, right?
again, rushing to Dandelion's rescue. He ought to pay me a salary.
Whoever he is, I sincerely doubt he's in the mood for jokes. Nor am I, in fact.
Relax, I'll get him out of this. Gotta talk to this Whoreson first. And Siggy Reuven. Know where I might find them?
I don't know about Whoreson, but Riven runs a bathhouse. Careful, though. He's a dangerous character.
So am I.
Understandable.
I don't doubt it. But Dandelion's not. I beg you to hurry. Let me know as soon as you learn anything.
Alright. So we hear more about Dandelion and where exactly he might be. We did in fact meet Priscilla here, and this other people who are running the underworld. You know, we're making lots of great friends here, and apparently have now succeeded in completing this quest, so that's also cool, and getting some experience to go along with it. New quest, Get Junior, which is the main quest. Go to that house and find Siggy Reuben. Okay. Good stuff.